everybody. I'm back to talk to you about how it's been going with my 30-day challenge twist using honor phrases. So I am going to kind of summarize the last few days. I've been doing this for about 10 days, I think it is now. So basically, I'm just going to kind of make this short this time, and I don't want to have to do any editing on this video this time because obviously that would take away time from me spending with my kids. That's the whole point, right? You can't give them honor phrases unless you're spending time with them. You can't get to know them better and find their needs unless you're spending time with them. And having my YouTube channel has been really fun for me, and I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep posting things every once in a while, but for right now, it's time for school to start. I'm going to be starting college again pretty soon, and I'm going to probably be taking a little bit more of a break, but I do have some videos that I can post, maybe one a week or so for the next couple of months. It's crazy how quickly my material adds up, so that's good. But for now, on the 30-day challenge, this is going to be the last video that I send out on my reporting that way. I know that, it's not something that I need to report on constantly. You got the idea. At the end of this video, I will just plainly list off the other ideas that I've been getting for some really unique honor phrases if you want to use those over the next few weeks for your go at it with this 30-day challenge. All right, so for me, basically, I just am really going to continue to focus on spending time with my kids, giving them some one-on-one time, and I also wanted to mention two other things. One thing is that at the end of the day, no matter what goes on, as long as they know that they are loved, I think that's really important. And, there will be times when we have to scold them, when we have to discipline them, when we have to tell them no, when we have arguments and they get upset. And some days are stressful, some days are harder than others. And that is the way life is, that's the way life should be. But in those moments where we just feel like everything is negative and there's just a lot of weight going on right now or in a particular period of time, I think the most important thing that we can do is bring forth an added measure of love after that. So if they do get in trouble, they're crying and screaming, and you send them to their room for something that they did because they're a kid and they do things, then make sure you take the time to go sit down with them, listen to them, hear their side of the story, and give them a hug and tell them that they are loved. And, you can give them a soft touch maybe on their shoulder or a simple hug. You can use sweet words, and you can tell them thank you and everything like that. So it just makes a really big difference. That in and of itself is honoring. One really fun aspect about this is that kids are kids, and every one of us on this earth is very unique. Now, this makes me think, I have a lot of thoughts going through my head. You know how there are those people that are just hard to handle, right? But they're good people. I think you might know what I mean. And kids, for instance, they sometimes will just be, they require so much energy from us to help them or to maintain them or discipline. Maybe they're knocking everything down on the shelves or whatever. And some kids are just harder. But you know what? Those are usually the more creative ones. And those are the ones that are usually more independent and all these things that are actually really good attributes. So let me see if I can get this quote right. But my husband actually told me, I wish I could record him, but it didn't work out this time. He was talking to one of his friends at the school where he works. And basically what was said is that the annoyances that children have are actually talents in disguise. And I think that is totally true and a really profound statement. Let me give you just a really quick example of a couple things that happened with my kids this last few days that go right along with this. Okay, so Giovanni had one of his father's playing cards, and I was watching him wrap it in saran wrap. And I'm just like, what is he doing? So instead of yelling, I just simply asked him, what are you doing? You know? And he told me, he was all excited. He said, I'm wrapping up Dad's card so that it doesn't get dirty. And it was like, you know, all this bunchy plastic all wrapped around it. And then I thought, oh, look at that. He's being thoughtful. And I thanked him for thinking of a nice way to help protect his daddy's playing card. It was just a simple little thing, but to him, he felt really proud that I noticed that that was a nice thing. Another thing that happened the other day, it was when he was at church and he was running up ahead to his Sunday school class. And his teacher, as far as I know, this is what my son told me, and it's fine, it's not a big deal, but basically, his teacher grabbed his hand and made her hold his hand. And he was very upset that he couldn't run up ahead. And when he got to the class, I think he started crying under the table or something like that. I don't know. That's what he told me. And I said to him, well, why were you running up ahead? What were you going to do? And he said that he was going to set up the chairs for everyone. And after we got to talking a little bit more, I learned that he had done that the week before, but he made like a fort or something, and it, you know, distracted the class. So she probably thought he was going to do that again. But he told me that he wasn't going to do that and that he was actually going to set them up really nice. So he was trying to do an act of service by running up ahead and getting there and fixing it for the class before they got there. So that was really exciting for him, and he wasn't able to follow through with doing that nice thing, so it made him sad. But again, that was one of his talents. Here we thought he was running off being crazy and hyper, and really he was trying to be helpful. So we really need to stop and think about what the child is thinking and just really make sure we get that right before we react. So those are my tips for you, and that's how my experience has been going. I hope you guys have a wonderful time getting to know your children, spending more time with them, and thinking about their talents, how to honor and love them. Please subscribe if you haven't already and share with a friend. I'd love to hear any comments that you have, and thank you so much for watching my channel. Keep posted. There'll be more soon. Talk to you later. Bye.